2, 1. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of, you guys probably know why you're here. The Inner City Hermit podcast. A little bit of a special one today. The podcast has picked up its first sponsor. So this podcast is going to be brought to you by Brilliant Beer Reviews. Brilliant Beer Reviews is a Facebook page going on, started by my good friend Darcy Gannon. The page pretty much looks at just a fun way to review a couple beers. And, you know, Nick, have you ever been in the bloody bottle-o and just had nothing to get? And you're like, fuck, what do I drink? Now there is a point of call. So if you head on to Brilliant Beer Reviews, that's a tongue twister, mate, eh?
Absolutely.
Brilliant Beer Reviews, you can jump on and review some beers and also get a good insight into some other beers that are going around. So I decided for this episode of the podcast, I'd bring my good mate Nick on. Nick, I'd say, is a bit of a beer connoisseur.
That's real nice of you, but definitely far from it.
Yeah, you know your way around a good pale ale.
We're learning. We're always learning. I think that's the best part about this page is that everyone's
learning. Everyone's learning about beers. You know, what's an IPA? What's an XPA? What's a fucking lager? What's piss water? I don't know. It's up.
Sure, don't drink piss water.
Yeah, for sure don't.
I don't know if that's a given, but I wouldn't recommend.
Water. Yeah, no, don't do that. So we started off with the reviews. We're obviously not specifically just going to be reviewing beers today. We're obviously going to be talking about a couple of things Nick is doing. But yeah, we started off with the Parrot Dog. So the Parrot Dog is an XPA, Rifleman XPA. It's 4.5% alcohol, 1.2 standard drinks. I'm gonna have to have another swig of this because I've actually forgotten what it tastes like already.
I got the fruity taste sitting real nice in my mouth.
Yeah, well, it is a fruity. I think it has hints of pineapple through it, which is nice.
You know what I love about this? We're drinking beers and we're reviewing them like wine. You know, we're really bringing in a whole new level of drinking beers.
I feel like I've kind of upgraded. I've gone from drinking goon to now being a beer connoisseur. So
the finer things in life.
The finer things in life, mate. So that's excellent. I'd probably go Parrot Dog. I mean, so for Brilliant Beer Reviews, we have a rating system. Usually 1 out of 10 brilliant beers. I would say myself, I'm probably a pretty harsh judger of the beers. I did a review with my younger brother Braddock the other day, and I kind of shit on him a little bit because he gave a beer an 8.5. That clearly
that was the funniest shit, man. He was real confident with that 8.5.
Clearly not an 8.5. I don't know why he went an 8.5. That was his first review too. So you know the young lad's got some learning to do. But
he did good. He did good. But I even think your 6 is still. I mean, it's a good beer, but I don't know if I'd be giving it a 6.
I reckon, I honestly I think, like, I had another one of it yesterday. You know when you get kind of hyped up? You're like, oh, I'm so hyped about this. And then you get excited, and then you kind of like, I don't know, get to it. Like, you think something's better than what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a little bit like that. Because I had it again. I'd probably give it a 4.5 if I was to do it this time.
That's a big jump.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that was our first beer.
5 I reckon's fair.
For this one?
5 is fair.
All
yeah.
Right. So I'll be tagging all the beers we've been drinking. They're all local or local-ish. I think Parrot Dog's from New Zealand. So, you know, that's probably why it's a terrible beer.
Maybe. Well, shout out to Parrot Dog, though. Definitely. I'll give him a 5.2 just for the name.
5.2 just for the name.
That's,
anyway,
dude,
bro.
It's a cat dog.
Anyway, what have you been up to? What's been going on?
Dude, not a lot, eh? I don't want to sound generic, like, you know, but work. Living, gym. That's really about it. Trying beers.
Your life's exciting. No, so what do you? You're a fitter and turner, eh?
Yeah. I'm still doing my apprenticeship.
Yeah, at TAFE at the moment.
Yeah, another 2 weeks left, and then that's a wrap. And I'll be hopefully making a bit more money. But that's not why we're in it. Obviously.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So, I guess one thing like to talk about, I guess, is you know, like there's a lot of young guys coming through on apprenticeships. How did you find coming through on an apprenticeship? Like, I know you kind of had a couple different things you wanted to do after school,
dude,
and then
honestly, the hardest thing to even talk about a trade for me is that nobody does my trade. It's technically a dying trade, and
Yeah.
It's one of the most, I know I'm probably biased because I'm in it, but I reckon it's probably one of the most skilled trades you can do. Like, but yeah, I'm biased. But for young dudes coming through, starting a trade, do what you want to do. If you're hands-on, you're hands-on. And it doesn't matter when you start. Like, I'm 24. I started late in it.
Yeah.
And I wish I did it younger, but when you come out of school, you've got, these are options. You come out of school like you boys. I had a lot of mates like yourself and Curtis and, I won't be name dropping, but...
You name drop if you want.
Yeah, but they've been, it was just go to uni. That was the thing. Get an OP, go to uni.
And I find that so funny because, when we were in school, it was very much focused on like you go through school, you get a part-time job and you go straight to uni. And I don't know, like you and me are very, very alike in like the way we think about things, I guess. Like, excuse me, you kind of think like I know, for example, I know I wanted to go to uni, but I also had a whole bunch of other stuff that I thought was really cool that I wanted to do. Like I wasn't 100% sure. And like, coming from my school now that I teach at, we have like a massive, push towards trades as well. Like pushing those kids, like
Which
getting
is actually a good thing,
dude,
because that wasn't an
100%.
option when I was at school. You saw like the odd few blokes just go to TAFE, do like a school-based apprenticeship, but it wasn't really hyped about. It was not even looked down upon, but like it wasn't a thing that was like, this is actually a good living. It's growing. This is what you should be in. It was just, all right, if you're not doing an OP and going to uni, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and that was like, I did not like to cop that in high school. I didn't want that, man.
Yeah, and I guess also you
better do it.
Yeah, you don't really know what, and I guess too, like if you don't know, especially back then, because you had to organize a lot of your own shit. Like a lot of the stuff we do at school is pretty much like, we organize a lot of the stuff for the kids. Whereas I think back then it wasn't just our school. It was obviously like, I think I just generally like you had to organize a lot of stuff yourself. And I guess if you have no idea what you're doing, like if you don't know you want to be a tradesman or you don't know you want to, go to TAFE or something, it's very hard to organize that for yourself because you don't know where the pathways are going to take you.
Yeah.
So.
And that just capitalized what you said before. If I had any advice, man, if I was a kid back in school again, just coming out of high school, try everything. Don't just be like, go to uni even if you're not sure. All right, cool. Don't get caught there for 2 years and only find out. Like that was my issue.
End up with heaps of money, hex debt, and no uni degree. Hey, Nicholas. Yeah, that's tasty.
But you roll the punches. But if I was a kid, dude, try everything. If you fucking you just learn how to play guitar, or if you just learn to surf, dude, that's a career if you want to be good at it. But try it. Don't just say, 5 years down the track, I wish I did it.
Yeah, I think whatever you do, you just got to go hard at it. Like, don't.
Yeah.
I think the issue you get is when you kind of half-ass things. Like, I know, for example, with this, like, I could have come into this whole podcasting thing and half-ass it, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go hard, and we'll see what happens. You're
an awesome example, man. Like, I'd take my hat off to you. Anyway,
metaphorically
take it off, because you haven't just half-assed it. You've actually come in and your setup is actually very unique, and you got your own style about it. And so many people, even myself, was like, I'd love to start a podcast. Like, I love podcasts.
Why don't you do it?
It's something I may do, but I find it interesting. Look, I'm here now, giving it a good whirl. So.
Exactly. You were nervous about today too, eh?
I'm still nervous. I'm fucking nervous as, man. But fuck, the fact that you're doing it, awesome.
You got to be in it to win it, dude. That's it. Alrighty, let's move on to our second. That got real emotional there, didn't it, Nicholas? I actually got a tear coming down your
Something
face.
like that.
Yeah. Alrighty, our next beer that we've got our Nomad Brewing Co. So this is a finger lime IPA at 6%. So it's called Jetlag. I'm hoping this doesn't send me to another planet.
That is a cool looking can.
IPAs at 10 in the morning are a different beast.
What's the standards on it?
So this IPA is brewed with a blend of pale ale, specialty malts, and double dry hopped with a heap of American and Aussie hops for a fruity hop bomb explosion.
Where do you find the line between Australian and American?
Well, I love this one. The standard drink rating is 1.56. That seems really
I have
specific,
never
dude.
heard.
That seems really specific. And
I've never heard that.
It's can conditioned. So I'm assuming that means it's conditioned to go,
on airplanes.
Yeah. So we've got, I don't know.
Maybe it's
So it's got barley.
That was dumb. But that was real dumb because you take any beer on a fucking airplane.
Barley
Pressurized
malt,
cabins.
finger lime. So it should actually be quite fruity. So if you want to follow Nomad Brewing Co., go to Nomad Brewing Co. on Instagram.
Can I just say, give me a look. That is an awesome looking can.
Yeah. So for
I
those
like
of
the
you,
pocket size one.
yeah, for those of you listening, it's a small can, a smaller can. Usually, I actually think the small cans. Oh, dude, that is cringe. I think the small cans usually equate to a stronger beer. They kind of correlate with each other. Like for example, we've got the Misty Miyagi coming up, and that's in a higher, like a bigger can. So not sure about that one. We'll check it when we get there. But
0.56. Have you ever seen that?
nah, it's odd, man.
Good on him.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Definitely limey. Did you get that lime smell?
Oh yeah. It hit me straight away. A lot stronger than the XPA.
Yeah. Keep that close to your face.
A lot stronger than the XPA.
Yeah. I feels like it. What's the difference between an XPA and an IPA? I'm going to have a look.
Good question, Matson.
XPA, IPA. Here we go. Let's have a gander. What is an XPA? Let's have a look.
That is not a sesh drinking beer though.
Nah, it seems really heavy.
Fuff, that is very heavy.
As has been debated many times by Brews News, that's a sick name, by Matt
News.
Kierkegaard, is a session IPA in fact a moderately hopped pale ale or an out of balance off spec IPA? That literally doesn't teach me anything.
Science?
I don't know. It seems XPA to me means extra pale. Oh, okay. So it means extra pale ale. Okay, that makes sense.
Fair enough.
And there's style guidelines for an APA. Dude, beers are like they get really I wouldn't say scientific, but like, do you ever feel like a bit of a, like, I'll go get like 4X from the bottle-o and I'll feel like I'm kind of, like you're drinking all these beautiful like craft beers and they all look so cool, and then you go back to 4X and
There's a science in it.
it's weird. I don't like.
You can't just mix like three things together and be like, oh, it's gonna taste good. You gotta have the right.
Well, the thing about it too is, like I'll probably go back to bitters all the time. Like I'll drink these, and these are great. Like I'll go to like Felons and stuff. So if for those who don't know, Felons is a bar. It's a brewery actually down at under the Story Bridge. But like I'll drink those beers, but after a while I just crave just like a normal, like Tui's or Hans or Pure Blonde. Dude, I love Pure Blonde.
Just a good old tinny.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. So it's a darker IPA. It's a little bit fruity. You can taste the strength, I feel, at the end.
I mean, dude, we're sharing a beer, and I've had two big mouthfuls, and I'm already looking for the end.
Yeah, and we've actually had food as well, so that's not. But pretty fruity in there. It's strong. I reckon I could probably do 3 cans of this max, and I'd get sick of it because
she's thick.
It is thicky, man.
Like real thick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeasty.
Alrighty, how many brilliant beers out of 10, my dude? Dude, that
that
face did not convince me.
I think we'll leave it at that.
Really?
Nah, it's not Parrot Dog for sure.
Nah, look, I'll probably go a 4 for this one.
3.8.
3.8.
That's pretty low. I don't know, man. I wouldn't go through one of them.
For the 1.56.
It is pretty...
Stop being so specific, dude.
Well, I mean, if you're going to give me a 1.56, I'm going to give you a 3.8. That's exact... I could give you the 4, but you gave me the 1.56, so...
Yeah, so
cool can though. Maybe we'll round it to a 4 again.
All right, so I'll probably give the can design probably a 7, and I'll give the beer a 4.
Their marketing is definitely better than their beer.
Oh, definitely. But isn't that half the thing?
Yeah.
About, like, I'm literally so keen to try this Misty Miyagi because it's just sick. It's got such a good artwork on the front.
That dude definitely has tattoos. Whoever made that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Good on him.
So what have you been bopping lately, man? What's the music looking like?
I go up and down.
You've been doing a lot of podcast, like listening to podcasts lately, eh?
It's actually funny. I like a lot of rap and I listen to all genres, but predominantly rap. But podcasts are taking over.
Yeah,
time.
well,
Like,
I found...
I love my podcast.
Yeah, well, I find lately, like, but I swing between the two. Like, I'll listen to a lot of podcasts and then I'll swing back to music. Like, for example, Thursday, Friday this week on the way to work, I don't know, I wasn't in the mood to listen to people talk. I was just like, I just wanted to listen to music. And I think it's because, like, Hockey Dad released a new song.
It's what's going
I don't
on
think
at the time,
Skeggs
mate.
did. Yeah, but Junies did. Violent Soho's releasing music all the time.
Yeah.
So that sort of stuff is, like, probably keeping me occupied.
It's what's going on. If I got a new podcast on a specific day that I always listen to every week, I'm going to make time to listen to that podcast
Yeah,
for sure.
like,
but if I knew a new album's coming out,
Yeah.
that's going to make priority.
I'll take just on the
But, podcasts.
Yeah, like I do a lot of Delia's podcasts.
Dude, let's go straight off the bat with that. That is my favorite podcast.
He's a straight goat at podcast. He's a straight goat at like individual, like solo podcasting.
Very unique. Like everything he does is a style to himself.
Yeah.
Like I love comedy, and you can say that about your favorite comedy. You're always going to be biased on it, but he is so unique. Like I love that dude.
Well,
He's
I always
funny.
find
he's
too,
funny as hell.
Yeah, for me, I need to be careful because like I obviously do a lot of solo podcasting. Like I love that's probably one of my favorite genres of podcasting is that solo.
Yeah.
But like I have to be careful because I listen to him so much. I actually have to be careful.
He'd be so influent.
Well, that's what I mean. I have to be careful that, you know, a lot of the things that I say aren't like I'll accidentally, like I caught myself doing it the other day. Like I caught myself doing that like whole like, did I feel shit this morning? Yep. Did I still get up? Yep. And then like
Am I still got to go on with it? Yep.
yeah, like I
Does life still fucking rip? Yep.
yeah, like that sort of shit. And I'm like, fuck.
Dude, the man made his own type of language, you know, like
Dude, he's
pronunciation.
like-
The fact that I'm trying to talk normal, if I'm not on a podcast, I'm trying to be myself. But myself is just taking different styles of other people and mashing together. But you'd be surprised how many times I try to reenact Chris D'Elia when I'm just talking with mates,
like
you know?
accidentally.
What you doing?
Well, isn't it funny that like, you know, it definitely is one of those things, especially with like Joe Rogan's podcast, like it kind of creates, I don't know, in a way, like it creates like, I don't know, clones kind of.
Yeah.
Like you have all these people that are like adopting like all these beliefs. Like I was chatting to Kurt the other day and it was about like the Chris Kresser interview about how he was kind of like debunking the whole game changers, which I don't really know why you needed to debunk.
I don't know why
it.
they put that in the title, debunking.
Oh, dude,
because
clickbait.
it just sucks because I see both sides. Like, you don't need to say debunk. I just think there's better types where I get clickbait, but for Joe Rogan, like he's a very honest person when it comes to his podcast, I believe, and that just seemed for someone to say they had an agenda, but then also at the same time kind of push his agenda. I mean, have you seen him on Instagram? He eats like he does hunting and like good for him. He's all into meat eating. He hunts his own elk. He eats it, preps it. You do that, that's your life, cool. But it just seems like in that kind of specific topic, little agenda.
Oh, I think he's definitely like, no matter what anyone says, he's definitely biased towards the whole meat eating thing. But I guess too, like, it's different for him because he does hunt. Like I always say, like, you know, as a vegan, I shouldn't be into hunting, but I think like the whole,
but you're building,
it's sustainable. Like it literally is. You go out, you hunt something. Like me personally, I couldn't kill anything, so that's why I don't. I just don't think I could.
I could never kill.
Yeah, exactly. So like, but you know, realistically, it's so sustainable. Like you go out, you kill one animal, you do it really fast. And that's your meat for like 6 months. Yeah. Like, you know, and now you're not contributing to the, because my issues with it is like literally around factory farming. I think factory farming's fucked. Like, it's so gross.
Yeah, it is. But then what's his name that did the podcast with him?
Chris Kresser.
Yeah, he made a point on there about factory farming. It's like, well, if we get rid of them, then all that soy, all the leftover soy products that come, they make soy patties, and when they try to get rid of, apparently he reckons grass-fed cows are actually probably worse for the ecosystem than actual farming them with in
probably. And there's so many there's so many outlying factors too. Like
there's just so much to it.
When someone comes to me and they say they'll like pick on one,
get a point about that for sure to make a point, but I agree with it, and I also agree with hunting. If you're going to do that, and that is sustainable, like you should be allowed to do that, but if you're gonna be killing one every second, like
look, I don't like. There's got to be a line, obviously. Like you don't. I mean, you know, I don't. There's some people that go out and they just kill for fun, and like that's kind of fucked up. But
by the way, if you're hunting for trophies and you're hunting like
you a
native
dick.
animals,
Turn your fucking phone off.
you're a piece of shit, just like me for having my phone on loud.
Come on, mate.
But also, don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a given, but don't be a piece of shit.
I feel like that's just yeah. Look, even down to like toads, man. Like I used to kill toads all the time, like shamelessly. I used to fucking hate toads. Whereas now I don't. Like
I was very
dude, I used to smash them with golf clubs, and like
now
now
blow darts.
Yeah, dude. Now, dude, I remember taking BB guns out and shooting, and now I'm like, you know, when I was younger, I thought like, oh fuck this toad, like who cares? But now I'm like, dude, it's like psychotic. Why? Why are you smashing? Like I get it. Like it's like a kind of like an Australian tradition, just to
Toad hunting.
toads. But I know like realistically we should be getting rid of them, but dude, I just have this weird thing now, and it's you probably have the same thing. If you have a dog, every animal I see like Luna in the animal. So I'm like, I can't.
Oh yeah. That's exactly it. My dog is life.
Alrighty, big dog. Let's move on to our third beer. You got to finish that one for me, mate.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's go on to. We've had a little bit of a taste of a couple. So we've had New Zealand. We've had the Jetlag, which comes from the UK. No, Brookvale in New South Wales. Okay, cool. So let's go into Vale. So Vale, the can itself is... I actually rate this can because I'm a fiend for the colour black.
It's very, very plain.
Yeah, so alcohol volume in this one is 4.5%. It doesn't have any standard... 1.3 standard drinks. It's from McLaren, South Australia. Australia's favourite style of ale, a refreshing balance of malt, hops, and yeast. Seems like it's pretty basic. We're still gonna hear you burp, dude.
Dude, we're drinking like beers. I'm gonna burp.
All right. So the use of Amarillo and Cascade hops leads to stone fruit and citrus-like characters that complement the fine malt backbone. All right. Let's give it a whirl, eh? See the sound of the crack. Oh, that's
crispy.
Crack.
That's crispy.
Righty, just getting a feel for the colour for those of you who aren't watching. So it's a lot of head there, Matson. Good work, you fucking dent.
You want some side?
Can you pour it on the side, dude?
Yeah. You want me to just? I got this. Team effort.
That is so much head.
Still trash. Yeah.
Terrible. Okay, cool.
I don't even know what color it is
just
yet.
let it simmer for a little
Give
bit.
it 10.
Alrighty, so this one, you grab this one kind of spare of the moment. God, there's so much head in those drinks.
I get attracted to plain. If it's simple.
Yeah.
Like
it's kind of like
no
the
big colors.
too. Clothing as well.
Yeah, I'm very black and white.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually only wear black and white.
Dude, it reminds me of like Kmart's marketing,
like polka dots and shit.
So basic, man.
Simple. Alrighty, so we've got a bit of head on this one. A very dark color, so similar color to the Jetlag, the Nomad Jetlag.
What did you say standard was? Sorry.
It's 1.3.
1.3.
There you go. So not a bad one. Not going to hit you for a 6, I guess, unless you haven't eaten. It came in a 4-pack. I think this was one of the more expensive ones. Yeah. No, was it $5?
Yeah, it was about 5.
So $5 per can. I think you can knock off I think I saw it for a 4-pack for like $18. Color's dark, smells fruity. Actually, it's got a weird after smell.
I can't smell shit. I don't know if it's is it because
my nose doesn't work.
Is it still because it's got a lot of froth?
I don't know. It's probably smelling from froth, but let's fight through the froth, brother. Number 3.
Cheers,
bro.
Oh, that's a lot lighter.
Yeah, it doesn't have that heavy flavor. It's actually
probably refreshing.
Almost, yeah, I was gonna say it's almost like just enough taste to kind of get you, but not enough taste to say it's like too much.
It's about as crispy as the crack of the can.
Dude, that crack, I rate that crack a 9.
I even saw that.
Did you see that? Yeah, did you see the mist come off it? That was sick. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm getting like more hoppy from this one.
Yeah, a bit of hops.
I like to give a comparison. So, if I gave you this beer, you didn't know what time of day it was. I said, here's a beer. This beer is perfect for this time of day. What time of day would it be?
Oh.
Just going in for a second sip.
I'd say just coming into if you're just at a bar around like 5:30, 5 o'clock.
What day?
And you're waiting. Oh, it'd be a Sunday or it could be a Saturday night.
I'd go a Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock.
If you were waiting for mates to rock up.
Yes.
For an event, like a birthday, few
Like,
drinks at the bar.
This seems like a beer that like your old man got it in a raffle, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll fucking drink this another time," and then the motherfucker leaves it in the fridge.
It somehow rocks up on a holiday when you've ran out of your carton at the
or
family
like
event.
you know when you were like 16 years old and the boys came around, you weren't allowed to drink,
so you had like, to boys, drink. I got beers.
Yeah, so you had to drink
this beers.
Yeah, so you had to just drink this random shit. I get the vibe from I get that feeling from this one. And like you drink it when you're a kid and you have no idea what a fucking IPA is, and you're like, is this what beer tastes like? I get that vibe.
If I was on the crafts, that would be a go-to, but I'm not on them all the time. Definitely more than the other ones. So, dude, I'm burping on your podcast, and I'm disrespectful. So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm burping, and that's it.
Keep burping.
We don't have to say what time it is that we're doing this podcast, do we?
Nah, bro. It gets released whenever. You can literally talk about whatever you want to.
Oh, just like the time of day we're drinking these beers, but...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's 10:20 in the morning. But we got nothing else. We worked out this morning. Took Nick to Fit Stop. I went back to Fit Stop for those of you who are regular followers of the podcast.
Dude, do you even work out?
Yeah, dude, sometimes. Sometimes I dabble. Just smashed Nick in a ladder workout this morning.
Dude, I got pumped. I used to go to my mate David... Can we say his name? David Roby?
Yeah, shout out Velocity Fitness.
They got a good thing going on down there. When I was at that gym, they're doing the right things. It's like your Fit Stops. It's just it's individual. It's his brand. And
the thing I like about what Dave does is it seems like he builds like that family feel.
Dude, it's all about the community.
Oh man, like
that's what I love. You go down there and everyone's just so pleasant.
Dude, if I didn't live in Newstead, if I lived like, for example, if I lived down Redland Way, dude, 100% I wouldn't choose it. I would 100% go there.
Man, I wish
I could go there.
I was living half an hour away from there. When I was not doing any other sport,
and
I would be there every second day. I'd drive an hour just to go to the gym there. In a way,
that's really like a reflection on what they're doing.
What he's doing,
If you're willing to travel that far to go to a gym, like, I think that's fucking awesome.
I was loving it. It's just now... Sorry, David, but busy, you know? Life takes over.
Busy.
Life takes over.
Yeah.
But Fit Stop, dude, that pumped me.
That one was a weird one today because that was a fitness testing. Usually it's okay, and like usually when my my mate Taylor's the trainer, he'll like launch you and call you a pussy and stuff.
So try not to be a fucking robot. Don't touch the table, you make noises.
No, you can touch the table.
You know, I pick up my
dude,
beer.
You're a proper podcast virgin, eh? For someone who watches podcasts, you're really nerve-wracking.
Dude, if I look very uncomfortable, it's because I am.
See, that's the thing, like, and I spoke to you about this before, you know, I reach out to a fair few people, but one thing I had to come to terms with as someone who wanted to run a sort of conversation-style podcast is that there's a lot of people who don't like this sort of... Like, this is nerve-wracking, man. Even as, like, two mates. Like, I've been
talking with you since, I don't know, 2008. Like, you're one of my closest mates. We were just talking all morning like normal human beings. And then as soon
as you put a camera...
It's like I've made way too much eye contact with you for more than I've ever done in my life.
It's weird. Because... I feel like I'm someone who avoids eye contact when I'm having a conversation. Like,
I'm the same.
I'm always like, I don't know where to look.
I get the disrespectful thing of side of it, but at the same time, it comes down to your personality.
And there's something kind of daunting. How
comfortable you are.
Yeah, there's something kind of daunting about being like people looking directly at you whilst you're talking.
Dude, you're trying to think and make eye contact? What are you doing? Like, some people can't do it.
Exactly. Some people, like, when I say, like, I pretty much sit down in front of a camera and talk to myself for, like, half an hour. It's like some people are like, how do you do that? But I find that a lot easier than just conversating.
Because you don't have to look at anyone.
Oh, dude, I get so anxious when I'm talking to people. Like, I always think, like...
Good.
Yeah, I always think, like, I have shit on my face.
You do?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Thanks.
After a few more sips...
Dude, this thing tastes like shit.
Have we given a rating yet?
It tastes like hot ass.
Have we actually given it a rating or
Bro,
not?
I've rated fucking shit out of 10. I was waiting for you to say something. This
Fuck, I'm
sucks.
glad we didn't rate that at the start. I reckon that's a new rule. We got to actually start drinking. I like the beer reviews on Brilliant Beers, but I reckon there should be some way like this. You got to actually sit there for 5 minutes.
Dude, I saw
see if they still like it at the end.
I saw the best one the other day. It was like, I'll try and get it up, but I saw the best one where the guys...
that went from a
the guy-
6.57
the
to
guy,
a 4.
Yeah, the guy was super quick, and he's just like, he just took a sip, and he's like, yep, that's shit. And I was like, fuck yeah. That is so true.
Dude, you're on Dog Spotting as well? I love that page.
Yeah, that's my bad. So for those of you who don't know, this is... Ooh. Oh, that's Darcy's look. Yeah, brother Darcy. Where is it?
Dude, I fucking love this page.
I can't really find it. It's like one with... oh, there's me. Yeah, no, I can't really find it on here. But yeah, it was so funny. The dude literally just was like, oh, yep, I'll take that. Yep.
No.
This beer's shit. And that was the review.
Dude, that's honest. Like,
I think you need
and no disrespect to the fucking beer. Like, you've obviously got your certain people who drink it, good for you. But fuck, if it's shit, it's shit. I'm not gonna be around a bush. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, but everyone's going to be different too. So it's interesting with that one too. It's nice. It's nice that you can have a review from someone and then have another review from someone and it be like completely different. So everyone has their own taste.
And dude, the page is so good because everyone's so honest in the reviews, and then the comments that follow through on it. It's like, look, we're sorry you didn't enjoy it. You know, if you're looking for
so
a different,
polite.
yeah, they're like, do you need here's a recommendation for a different beer that's similar. We hope you enjoy this one.
Exactly.
You're doing the right thing. Like, we're all out here for the right cause.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's go on to our next one. I love the color scheme of this one.
Dude, you saving this one for last?
Of course, I'm
Well
saving the Misty
Cool.
Miyagi. So this one, dude, check out my sweat. The aircon's on too. I'm a sweaty boy, eh? Okay, so this one's, I like the color of this one. So for those of you who are watching at home, this one is a nice sort of pale green color. It's an XPA, so it's an extra pale ale, 4.4%. All beer for all. I feel that. Stockade Brewing Co. This one comes
I don't like
from
the color of the can.
New South Wales. Another good one from New South Wales. You don't rate the color.
Don't rate the color.
Okay.
Don't rate it.
So this XBA Splicer, grapefruit zest, subtle hops, wham. What the fuck is wham? Look, wham.
Where does it say wham?
Damn, wham.
What the fuck?
You've got yourself, grapefruit zest, subtle hops, wham. You've got yourself an XBA Splicer. Okay, so let's rip into this XBA Splicer. Stockade Brewing Co.
Was it the first XPA? That was pretty thick, eh?
Yeah, I feel like...
You reckon it's going to be just
I
as
want to
thick?
know, like, what is, what makes it pale? I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know about that crack there.
Yeah, crack wasn't ideal. We'll do a turn on the glasses. This one is a lot lighter in color.
Jeez.
It actually is... It looks more like a cider.
Yeah,
Turn
actually.
that cup for me, boy.
Yeah, it actually looks more drinkable.
Yeah, it
So what
looks
is it?
very
It's got
light.
lime.
Oops, sorry, man. I just gave you a little bit. We'll just go the whole
dribbling
can,
on
I
me?
reckon. Yeah, I'm dribbling, dude. Sorry. Okay. Predictions?
Fruitier. I get the fruity vibe.
Well, grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit is quite sour, so it wouldn't
I don't know
surprise me.
I don't know much about my sour beers, so I was actually keen to
It
give
wouldn't
it a good
surprise
ride.
me if this one becomes a little bit sour. Do you want to do the honors, my boy?
Maybe.
Give it a crack first. You go, and then I'll
My
critique.
great sense of smell.
Yeah, I'll
Let's give
critique
that a
your
whirl.
beer review, bro.
Just clear the airways.
Oh, Jesus
All right.
Christ.
Oh, that's fruity as fuck.
Shit.
What's in it again?
Bro,
Oh, grapefruit? Zest? Definitely not lying about the zest.
It smells like a scented candle.
You could light this shit.
Dude, it
Yeah,
smells like cordial.
good. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I've never had a beer like smell that fruity.
Dude, that does not taste like beer.
That is the weirdest beer I've ever
That
had.
tastes like. Have you ever had a Bintang Radler?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they're the light Bintangs,
Yeah.
but they've got lemon.
I thought they were
or
non-alcoholic though. You can get them.
No, they are alcoholic, but they're like 0.5 standard drinks.
I see on the cans, and I went to Bali, and I saw on the can, not on the bottle, sorry, that they say you can drink non-alcoholic, and you know how they usually give like don't drink if you're pregnant.
Yeah.
That's on all the other Bintangs,
Except
dude,
that one.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Go check it. Maybe wrong, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see that yet.
Let's go.
Check that, dude. If they don't have a, you can drink this because you can drink this because you're not pregnant.
Radler,
if you are pregnant,
non-alcoholic. What is that spelling of alcohol?
that seems dicey.
Yeah, bro, you're right. Bintang Radler, grapefruit.
0%. Okay.
No. Bintang Radler. So there is a 0% version of Bintang Radler.
All right.
So there are some. So there's Bintang Radler is 0.0, but Bintang Radler grapefruit. So that's what I was talking about. They've got 2%
I haven't had
alcohol. So dude, literally,
The Radlers, I don't mind.
dude, I spent so much money in Bali buying Radlers, and literally, I drank.
You thought they were alcoholic?
Bro, one time, I drank like 14 of them, and I didn't feel drunk.
Dude,
and I literally thought I was fucking sick.
It took me to get through 6 of them to realize. And I asked Carly, I was like, Carly, why am I not drunk? You know, I'm pretty lightweight when it comes to beers sometimes. Why am I not drunk after 6, you know?
Yeah.
Or a little bit tipsy.
What's the
1.3?
1.3? Dude, I rate that. I could actually drink probably 6 of these.
Yeah, I could go through a 6-pack of that.
Yeah. So that
Time of day?
The thing I like, time of day, excellent.
Time of day.
Time of day is easily midday in the pool on a sad day.
Perfect. I agree.
Because the fruitiness, it just tastes a little bit like juice. Dude,
You can have that with breakfast
juice,
if you really want to dabble.
we may as well, dude. It's 10:30, so
There you go.
that's good, eh? See, I've always wanted to start a brewing co. I just have I think the whole beer brewing process is really cool.
Where do you start?
But that's it, man. Like,
It's like cooking meth on Breaking Bad. Where do you start?
where do you start cooking meth?
Get someone in the trade.
I guess, you get those kits now. Like, there's a couple places in like Beanley that you can set up your own sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a couple like homebrew, but see, I'm unsure of the laws around. Like, are you allowed to brew? Hang on, are you allowed to brew beer in Australia? Like, I don't know, because brewing.
I'm sure you have to have some kind of license or something. You can't just be like, I'm gonna brew now.
I don't know. Stop burping, dude.
I'm drinking beers at 9:30 or whatever in the morning. 10:30 in the morning.
Here we go. Advertising and sports sponsorship, research, submissions to government. Nah, this is all shit. The facts. Beer in the economy. I think, well, obviously, I feel like this is okay then. If, I think it's probably, it'd be, the issues would be around taxing, I think. Because, you realistically shouldn't be able to just sell beer.
You should be, it's got to be, you got to be able
It's
to
interesting
tax
though, I have a lot of mates that I know that kind of just, Kurt used to do it.
brew beer.
Yeah, he used to brew, he did for a little bit.
Well, I used to make homebrew. I don't know about beer though. When I was in, when we went to Europe a few years ago, me and Carly, and we went to catch up with family in Italy.
Yeah.
On my mum's side of the family.
Dude, they love wine there, eh?
Oh, I mean, my little cousin's like 12, I think, just drinking wine with everyone at dinner. Like, it's just the shit.
They've got such a different outlook on alcohol that we have. So
they're not drinking to get drunk.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm guilty of it. If I'm drinking, what would you rather drink? Would you rather drink, a vodka, whatever,
honestly,
or would you rather have a solo? Solo all day.
Honestly, why do we do it?
Because you
get drunk.
Yeah.
And that's the culture. If I grew up around alcohol like that, like they do in Europe, especially Italy, it's part of dinner. You got to appreciate the taste and stuff and what it goes with food. Like, wine is made to drink with food. Like, good pasta feed and a nice red wine or even a white wine. That's what it's for. You're not going to go get pissed off wine.
Yeah, well, Kia went to France with her mum, because they have family over there. And dude, the red wine she brought back. I'm not a big wine fan. I hate red. The last experience I had with red wine was Goon of Fortune, a red wine.
That'll
goon
do
sack.
it there. That'll
Terrible,
definitely do
man.
it.
But I had this red wine, and I actually felt really classy when I drank it. But it was so nice. Like it tasted.
That's
so
what wine should be like.
Exactly. I think I've had such bad experience with wine.
If you're gonna go to a shelf and pick a $10 to $15 wine, especially in Australia, red wine specifically, you're gonna get what you pay for. But I went through a stage this year. My girlfriend, or Carly, booked, and a friend Tahira, they booked a wine tour.
Yeah.
In the Gold Coast way. I don't know.
It's not one of the one of the vineyards.
You go there to get drunk, and you pretend that you're there to try different drinks, but let's be honest, you're full of shit. And I was full of shit. But I took advantage from that to start actually tasting wines.
Well, there's some
nice bottles.
Yeah, there's some wine tasting that
good.
They don't make you spit it back. Like they just let you drink it.
Yeah, well, that was the whole friggin' tour for us, man.
The wine would just get better as I got more drunk.
Oh, let's circle. Yeah, in Italy, brewing alcohol. My younger cousin, third, I don't know. Long lost cousin.
Yeah, some Italian.
Yeah, I mean, like this dude, his family, they're well off. They can go out and buy alcohol or whatever. But I went to his house and to have dinner with family, and he's giving me a tour of the house again. I haven't been there since I was a kid. He's like, man, come look at this. I was like, what are you doing? And back then, when I was younger, they had this big room downstairs for a gym. It was a full gym setup. He opens this door, man. I was like, oh, memories. Like, I'm going to be keen-eyed to look at this. Opens the door. No joke. It was a full lab. He had a full beer lab. Everything set up. He was brewing his own beer, labeling it. He had label stickers there. He was selling it to all his mates. Yeah. He lives like 20 minutes out of Rome. And he said it. He's like making a business out of it. But I didn't know the laws or anything that came down to it. It just seemed real dicey that he's like making beer.
Yeah, and I guess it's the way it's kind of looked at too. Like if it's in a basement, you're like, this is kind of fucked up. But really, where else do all brewing companies start? Like how do you don't just go and buy a brewery. Like you have to start somewhere. But it just, when you're brewing, it kind of has that drug association. Like you see it.
I mean, you could say the exact same thing about meth or
MD.
Like they all start in basements.
But the thing about it
that's where they end as well. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
They start and finish in basements.
I haven't seen any meth breweries lately. But it's odd like that. Hey, like, it does kind of look kind of sketchy, but it's like there's nothing wrong with it,
No.
Yeah. It's funny that you said you're Italian. You look Mexican, dude.
Do that form this morning. I had to sign up to Fitstock.
Yeah, did you say
they're like, is there anything
Mexican?
They're like, is there anything we should know about you? I'm not actually Mexican.
Excellent. That's great, man. So every time I go back to my gym now, they're like, hey, dude, like, is your mate Mexican?
Is your Mexican friend coming back? He's not Mexican.
You should work out in a poncho.
Dude, I actually got one of those straw hats downstairs as well. I should just rock up with one of them.
Oh, dude. It's heavy. Hurry up and down that. We got 2 more beers to get through, my dude.
I'm getting a little how you going.
That's all right. We don't have long left. So we've got the next one on the cards.
Wait, how long have we been talking for?
A while. I don't know.
Time flies when you drink beer,
43 minutes. We've got 17 minutes to go. You're fine. Cool. Alrighty. Next one we have. Now, I believe this one has actually been reviewed on Brilliant Beer Reviews.
I was going to say it looks similar. Yeah.
This is... I personally just wanted to give this one a crack myself because I've been curious. I saw it in Sydney last weekend and I just thought I'd give it a go. So, it's the Cricketers Session Ale. It's a 3.5%, so a little bit lighter. 1 standard drink. So, on the par with the 4X Gold.
How much was it?
This one was cheap. This one was about $4, I think. So...
All right.
And I think if you can get a 6-pack of it for like $17. So it's brewed in Melbourne. It's an all occasions beer. I like that they tell you when you should drink the beer.
That's good.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about what time of day to drink it.
Cricketers. I like the layout of the can is nice. I just realised it's in your camera there. I don't know. I think this is just going to be a nice, if you're a designated driver, I reckon this might be a go-to. If I was at like a boutique sort of beer.
What kind of beer is it again?
It's an ale.
It's an ale. All right.
I think it might be an APA. I'm not actually 100% sure.
The Byron Bay Brewing Co. Their cans look suspiciously similar, I believe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
could be wrong.
Let's give it a crack, eh?
I'm always
great crack. Nice little mist coming off it. Very dark. First sort of thing I can see.
Not as foamy.
You got your cup there, boy? Alrighty. Not as foamy. I like that it's not as foamy. It's better. Very dark. It's almost like coffee coloured.
Yeah, you know those coffees in Bali, the
Luwak coffees? Yeah, the
that
Luwak
colour.
poo coffees. This one doesn't really
Poo
say
beer.
what's in it. So I guess we'll just have to give it a scratch and sniff. So
I don't know.
Cricketer's Session Ale next on the agenda. Let's give it a
Honestly, it smells like nothing.
smell. Dude, it smells fucking shit out.
it smells like the kind of beer if you
smells
were
like-
in like England or something like that and you just picked a random bar and they
Dude,
didn't
it
even,
actually smells
it's
like...
the only thing on tap and you just cop that to the chin.
It smells like plastic. Alrighty, bro. Cheers. Let's go again. 2 more
Love
to go.
that scent of plastic. Tastes like nothing.
Yeah, it really... It
actually-
tastes like nothing, actually.
If anything, it's actually not too bad because you could go through them.
Yeah, I feel
But
like...
if it's one standard, you wouldn't bother.
No,
you know?
so I guess for this one, this would definitely be one that if you were having one, if maybe you were cracking one after work and you know you had to drive home, but you still wanted a bevy.
You just want to be around the vibe with all your
Yeah,
mates.
want to be around the boys. This is probably a go-to, but at the same time, if you're paying $17 for a 6-pack, or like realistically, you could get golds. You get a
You might as
carton
well
of
get a gold.
30 golds for $45.
Yeah.
Or 6 of these for 17. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the Milton Mango
And
has
the-
got me all day.
The colour's very suspicious.
Yeah,
I mean,
colour's a bit sus. A little bit browny. I mean, like, it's not bad.
I don't know. Out of all those beers, I don't think it's the worst.
No, it's definitely not the worst, man. That Vale Brewing is not great. But I feel like
I feel bad for Parrot Dog now. I reckon we reviewed them.
we
Gave
should
them a
have.
bad.
We should have. No, well, you can't be comparative with the reviews.
Yeah, true.
You gotta act like we're having it straight up.
Do you reckon it's a little unfair that we're cross-contamination with beers? We're not getting the
Nah,
exact...
'cause I reckon all we're getting left over is the froth, and there's no way that a
'Cause I
tiny
don't-
little bit of froth is
I
going to
don't
impact
wanna-
the flavour.
Make it a unfair playing field if you mix in it. But if I'll take your word for it.
Also, take into consideration too, this is all subjective. This is just two idiots
True.
that know nothing about beers.
Hey,
That's the whole
have
reason.
no experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole reason
if
why.
you
Bring
take
beer
anything I
reviews.
say seriously, that's on you.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking idiot.
dude, I'm not gonna argue with you there that way. Yeah. Do you realize? Do you like? So I kind of get like this too. Do you sort of like meet people and you realize how fucking stupid you are?
Oh, daily. Bro, I don't even want to listen back on this podcast and hear how stupid I am.
Yeah, no, I find that sometimes like it's kind of not new for me. Like I'll listen back to some of the stuff I say, and I'm just like in my head it kind of makes sense. But I guess the good thing about this is I don't edit them. Like literally whatever
that's
whatever
fucking
comes out
awesome.
of my mouth.
Yeah, I can't wait to listen back now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
listen to your fucking.
But up here, great.
Mexican ass.
Comes through, trash.
From the brain
Trash.
place to my mouth hole
And-
and into the bin.
Bert.
Yeah, it literally.
Thoughts? Bert. Or up here for thinking and Bert.
Yeah, no, I feel
But-
that. But like, dude, you know,
It is
how-
what it is.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Like sometimes, I guess the best thing about like podcasting too is when people meet me. Like I don't. It's my podcast is not big at all, but 2 times I reckon I've been recognized in public by like a random bloke. And
Good for you.
oh, dude, it's really cool. It's kind of like at a
People
point, it's
appreciate
kinda,
what
it's,
you're doing.
It's a little bit creepy in a way, but then I realized like, no way, I'm like putting myself online. But you know, and the good thing about the whole podcasting is, you know, when you're famous, right, and you're like doing. Now, I'm not saying I'm famous, but
The rise to fame for Mattson was very
literally,
hard. It was
the
a long
rise of the
road.
hermit. But like, if you're a movie star or someone like that, and you put
Mm.
up this kind of like facade of like, this is who I am, this is what I do, you might not be like that, but every time someone meets you, you have to be like that.
Yeah, you got to
Whereas
switch it.
for me, dude, I literally don't have
You
to
don't have to
change
switch
shit,
shit.
man. This is literally
Yeah, back. I don't want to keep harping on about this guy because, you know, it gets boring. But Chris Lee, man, that's why I fucking love him.
yeah.
Nothing is edited. Like, what you see is literally what you get. Like, you don't have to be anyone else. If you're just talking and having a silly goose fucking time, bro.
Silly goose.
If you're having a silly goose time, you're here for a silly goose time, that's it. Good for you.
Yeah, 100%.
When you do come across those interactions, then you can say, fuck, well, I don't need to be anyone else.
Yeah,
This is what you're copping, and that's it.
It's like kind of nerve-wracking too, though. Like, you know, when people say, when you put yourself out there as like, this is my personality, this is what I do, and someone says like, oh, it's kind of boring. Like you run you like, for me personally, I don't really care. I'm just like, well, you know, this is just a hobby. Like, this is fun.
I care.
Fuck you, dude.
No, I do.
How about you?
Yeah, if someone...
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, like
in my head, I'm like, I don't care. I said out loud, I don't care. But if I'll go home and be like...
Yeah, like...
I do care.
I can't... But that's the thing about this too. Like,
But
I
I
feel
shouldn't.
like in the last year since starting this, I already had pretty thick skin. Like, I don't really care what people say. But, like, after starting this, and you know, when you put yourself into the public light of, like, I'm going to be exactly who I am, put it online, and people are going to watch me and judge that... After a while, you're just like, I don't care anymore. I literally don't care. Like, I even did a segment on the podcast the other day. Like, it wasn't the other day. It was like, you know, a couple episodes ago. But I was like, I used to pay out people who would like take photos at the gym or do like, and now like I don't know whether it's like a maturity thing, but I don't care anymore. Do you know, like if that's what people want to do and that's what makes them happy, like who the fuck am I to tell someone that's not cool? Like, why are you doing that? Like, who the fuck cares? If it makes you happy, who 100%. Cares?
If you got that, this is when you say about if people comment like that, you're gonna pay someone out, even if they don't put a comment like, oh, that guy's a dickhead. Look what he's doing. Like, let's show the boys. Cool. It's funny for you. Let me just make that clear. It's funny for you, or you think he's a piece of shit, and that's your opinion. It's so cliche, but dude, that's your fucking opinion. Whether it fucking means anything to what I'm doing, you know, why is it relevant? It doesn't matter what you say. I'm still going to do it. Yeah. Because there's some people that it means something to and it has a point to get across. So,
yeah, and I look
if you're doing it for yourself and other people vibe off that, then that's all that matters.
I kind of look at like how it was in high school too. Like I now that I've, you know, being a teacher for like 2 years now and looking at kids and looking at the way I was sometimes, like I look back on how I was as a kid. Excuse me. And I was like, I must have been so self-conscious. Because like...
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember you that at school.
No.
I was self-conscious.
But what I mean is like, I feel so shit that like, you know, I didn't obviously like outright pay people out, but there were some people who would do things like, you know, do like little hustles or whatever and like, or be into something. And I'd be like, oh, why the fuck are you into that, you idiot? And I was like, what was I getting out of that?
Dude,
like, honestly, what was I getting out of that?
I was like that at school. That I think it's funny because you want to pay those people out, but at the end of the day, you kind of want to be doing, you know, you want to be fearless like that person doing it. And I think that as soon as you realize that, then fuck, you're going to be like, all right, cool. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want anyway. So why am I going to sit here and give that comment?
I look back on that now and I like remember people that, you know, you went to school with and, you know, you looked at the people, like, especially that group that, you know, you kind of thought, like, didn't think bad of them, but you kind of thought, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, that's not cool.
What you
like,
doing?
Yeah, what you doing, boy?
What you doing?
And in my head, I'm like, they would have had so much fun because they, like, if I could be the way I am now in school,
and not give a
as an 18-year-old, I would have been so much happier. Like, I always tell the kids at school, like, you know, I look at so many kids, like, for example, like, you know, one kid I knew that got bullied hard out, like, was Lachlan Power.
Look at that motherfucker. He's out here 1.2 million
flexing,
something like that.
With like own brand, clothing brand, but like
winning big Fortnite competitions. I take my hat. You know what? Hands up. Never bullied that kid. No, I like that kid. But we never didn't have the same circle. Yeah. So.
But I remember like, you know, kids like that. Like, and what do they got to prove now? Like all the bullies, all the kids that bully them, now
they're probably fucking messaging and be like, hey, got a job?
Yeah, exactly right. You know what I mean?
And that's good on him.
Yeah, I love seeing.
Dude, I follow his because he's the mayor. Or I think he's trying to get re-elected. I love Darren Power. What he's doing for my parents' area where they live is awesome. Like he's like giving it to the man. Yeah. I like that, and you need people like that.
Do you feel like, as you know, you kind of, you know, you're the same age as me, so like turning 25 next year. Do you feel? Yeah, it's fucking terrifying, man. But do you feel as though that you need to pay more? Like, do you feel like there's a sort of, I don't know, as you get older, you should be starting to pay attention to more political things? Because I find it so hard. Like, and you know, I don't mean like, you know, when some dickhead comes and talks to me like, yeah, you know, I heard this on Hack. I'm like,
this
oh,
is
shut
subjective
up. Like,
to what you're into and what you think.
yeah,
is
like
important.
if you get all your political views from Hack, like you're
not an intellectual. You're a fucking sheep.
You're a zombie. Yeah, exactly. So like, you know, my biggest thing is like, I consider myself, you know, the whole vegan thing and whatever.
It's like watching Game Change being I'm fucking vegan now.
Yeah. So I consider it being like, you feel like I purposely dive in to like look at right wing things. Like I like Michael Bolt or whatever the fuck his name is. Do you know?
No,
or Andrew Bolt? I can't remember his name. But he's on Sky News and all of his stuff is so right wing. And I think it was because of my dad. My dad would always tell me like, you know, he'd be watching like the Bolt report on Sky News, and I'd always think like, why the fuck are you watching this dude? Like, this is shit. And then dad would always tell me like, yeah, well, you need to know both sides. You have to understand both sides.
A good person that takes interest in it should understand both sides. But the problem is, you're always going to have your own agenda. What's better for you is what you're going to vote. You have to be selfish about it, you know? So, but that's why the thing is for me is, if I don't know much about the topic and I'm not interested in it, especially politics, I stay out of it.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You're always in the back of your mind being like, well, what's in the best interest for me out of this?
Yeah.
And it's selfish, and that's what most people do. Like my old man, you know, he's a hardworking dude, and his side of it was, well, can't vote Labor because that's going to put my business in turmoil, you know, in the long run. But then for taking both sides, now that I'm an adult and I've got my own opinion and I've watched not research, but you know, I know the differences between them now. I'm like, well, actually Labor's probably better for the environment. I think they've got better things they want to bring out to help the environment, when it seems like the Liberals are all about money, you know, or keeping not putting them into debt. See, I'm talking out my ass now because I don't know enough.
Yeah, well, I'm the same. You know, I could comment here and I'd be like, you know.
But where do you draw the line?
I have no idea.
If you're an intellectual and not an intellectual, but if you actually study it and you know about it, good, then you probably make the better decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't start me on politics because I know fucking nothing about it.
Well, yeah, and I really want to invest more time into
Boy.
it, so I know.
Let's fucking chuck him up there, bro. He's doing the right things.
Yeah.
I reckon he's got his head screwed on.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, the thing I worry about him is, like, you know, he's only 17, dude.
Have you got him on Instagram?
Yeah.
Dude, he's actually going to public speaking events.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of cool things. And I'm always worried about, you know, I call it Justin Bieber syndrome. You know, when you get thrown into the public eye
let's go race
young,
my Lamborghini and do
know,
drugs.
And that's the thing too. Like, I definitely feel like there is an age. Like, if you get famous at a certain age, you can cope with that fame a lot better. Dude, if you get famous so early, and I mean, I don't know shit. Like, I don't understand how that feels.
Let's just clarify, we are not experts.
Two fucking idiots talking about it. But I feel as though if those who get famous early, like, oh man, I couldn't imagine. Like, for me personally, like, I know, you know, I struggled through uni with money and I had to get loans out from my parents, and I was just lucky that my parents have worked really hard. Like, you know, I don't come.
Also, good for you for being honest about that, because most people go to uni and then just say, I worked all the backbone by myself.
Oh,
so
man.
Also, good for you for being honest, and good fucking parents you've got.
The sad thing is, you know,
off topic, but good for you. Like,
yeah, thanks, bro. But the sad thing is, like, this is a different. And I'll go into that after this. But the sad thing is, like, you know, I still worked, you know, 30-hour weeks at Boost Juice while studying, and I still didn't have enough money to do.
I watched you do that as well.
Grind, man. Yeah. And, you know, it's like I was like struggling through uni like that. It's, you know, I'm glad I did that. You know what I mean? Like, when linking it back to like the whole fame early, like going through all that struggle.
Something still has to ground you, man.
Dude, if fame happened whenever, like, past this age, I feel like, you know, you'd probably be able to handle it more. Dude, if you're a 17-year-old kid, you're coming out of school, in school, everyone fucking frothed you because you had 100,000 Instagram followers, because that's a big deal for them.
But you got no life experience from that.
Dude, the experience you have, and like, I know firsthand, school is not life experience, man.
Fuck no.
Dude, I look at all the stuff.
I only figured shit. I don't even have shit figured out now, bro.
Exactly.
I only figured out shit like 2 years ago.
School teaches you to survive in a community, and when you leave school, that community broadens. So think about it like this. It's like doing a tutorial on a video game, right? It's like playing a video game. You do, like, it's like RuneScape.
Ready to go.
Yeah, RuneScape. You do the tutorial, you feel like, sick, I know everything there is. And then they go, bang, we're going to open it up now. You're going to go to the entire world. And you sit there, you're like, where the fuck do I go?
Or you're playing a video game. Taxes? Because then you get caught like that. Another video game reference. Yeah. Just say you're playing Red Dead or anything like that in the open field, and you get caught in some kind of thing, and you're like, all right, I don't know what I'm doing. You get stuck on the same thing for like 3 hours. I'm gonna have to research how to get through this. So then you start looking for answers, and you're basically cheating. You might as well just stick through it, man. Just learn how to do it.
Sorry, mate.
Go through the experience.
I forgot I cracked it.
Don't cheat. Probably not the right reference, but fuck it, you know. Okay. We're out here drinking beer, so.
Dude.
Oh, no. Are you sipping before we even got into it?
Sorry, bro.
The can looks sick.
Can looks sick. Okay, so
that's very biased now. Let's just
our last
start that
beer.
off.
No, I'll drink that one and we'll finish up. Our last beer is a Misty Miyagi. So Misty Miyagi. Now, Nick and I grabbed this one because the artwork on it is dope. It's a very traditional Japanese artwork. Looks like a Yakuza tattoo, I'd say. Got a koi fish, couple waves.
Is it Japanese flowers?
No. But I'd say like Misty Miyagi. So like Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid. Yep. But it's a Misty because it's a hazy IPA from Deep Creek Brewing Company. The Haiku Project. Okay, so they've actually done this in a haiku, I believe. Ready? So, Eastern Philosophy meets East Coast USA. Hazy IPAs, seasonally inspired, seasonally brewed. Misty Miyagi, Zen Master, Summer Sensei, a strong, gentle brew. Tropical flavors, mango, passion fruit, citrus, hiding in the haze. Wow, so this one...
mango, passion fruit, that's all I got. The rest of it...
This one won the AIBA Trophy 2017. So it's actually this is an award-winning beer. So this is 6.5 alcohol.
Not by the face you made.
It's vegan friendly. 2.3 standard drinks.
2.3. Oh, okay. All right.
Alrighty. So this one is from Auckland. Okay, so it's got malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, and yeast. Let's get it done.
That's why the cans say large.
Spin it. So this one will be fuller.
Next topic, let's make it more just easy. Let's just cruise.
I think it's the beers talking now, to be honest. All right, there we go.
Drinking beers, talk about politics.
The hazy IPA artwork easily gets a 10 out of 10. Very creative artwork. I love it. I do realize it is a sticker, so they've obviously, I think that's a great idea though. Doing the
Not
stickers.
Bad. What's the standard?
2.3 standard.
So
it's very hazy. It almost
each.
looks like orange juice if you're looking at that. I wonder if that one's still working. It's probably not, but whatever.
Good.
Yeah, I can't remember if the SD card was full or not. I just put it in. I wasn't, I didn't really bank on this being too professional.
I don't think this whole
Alrighty, brother. So it's dark, it's hazy. It's supposed to have mango, passion fruit in there. Let's give it a go. We'll give it a smell first. Definitely fruity.
Fruity, but not as
Dude, I feel like,
the other ones.
I only had a little tongue taste last time, but let's give it a go. That's heavy.
That's for sure. 2.3 standard drinks.
Oh, dude, it feels heavy when
You know what it feels like?
Going from the cricketers to that one is really hard.
It feels like this.
Yeah, that's the sound. That's it. It's usually like a but that one's a dark, very dark. Look, I don't know, man.
Feels like gravity's pushing me down when I drink it. I'm going to say
straight up, that is not a drink that you would drink. If you were doing a Sunday sesh or something, that's not... Wouldn't
sesh. You actually caught me out there because I don't know when I'd drink that.
I have no idea. It's heavy. This would be if they sold this at a festival where you had to get tanked.
Or if you just want to be alpha with all your mates in the backyard, do a beer bong, rip that out.
Yeah,
chuck two of them in.
I would probably label this a beer bong lager. Actually, this would definitely be.
The boys will respect you if you do two of them in a beer bong.
It's a biggie. So it's I don't know how much the measurement is, but it's bigger than a standard can. If you're watching the YouTube video, it is a bigger can. I'd probably say it would be about a 500. No, I'm gonna say probably 4.475 mil. I'd say because these are all. Half of them are 375. I think it'll probably be a 475. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't think we didn't do a rank for the cricketers. This got out of hand.
Sure, yeah, Jesus.
I'd say cricketers was easily a 3. For me, personally, people are different.
I'll give it a 4 if it was.
You give cricketers a 4?
Yeah, I give it a 4.
I like being very harsh on my.
I was very harsh.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4 for it's a 1 standard, so they're competing.
1 standard. Well,
I'd say they're competing for the 1 standard.
It's in a league of its own, really. You can't really give it an overall.
They're batting.
Yeah, they are batting. This one here. Look, I'm not a fan, man. It depends. Do you want to get tanked or not? Because if you had 3 of those, that'll knock you for a 6. Literally 6 drinks.
It's like being in a car and G-force is throwing you around.
Yeah. I'd probably give this one... taking into consideration the
It's 2.
artwork, I'll give it a buff up. I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Just 5.
Just a 5 for you?
I was going to sit 5.
Yeah, not a bad one. Don't you think it's funny we just did we're doing an hour podcast of just tasting beers?
It's pretty dope.
I wonder who's going to listen to this?
Nobody.
100% nobody.
But it's good. We are.
I find it very odd. Okay, so I don't listen to... So sometimes I'll listen to my own podcast, not really to I know what I'm saying, but it kind of to look at, critique myself and get better at something. Like, one thing I found when I had guests on is... And I kind of... It's probably different with you because you're not really... I wouldn't consider you like a proper guest. I'd say you're more of someone who's just coming on and drink beers.
I'm just here to drink beers, mate.
Yeah, but I always found I had to stop myself from... And when you find something about yourself that you're like, fuck, that's such a dick thing to do. Dude, I fucking butt in all the time.
Do you know what's funny? I listen to all these podcasts and they always say the same thing though when they have guests on. Dax Shepard? I listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
He's a celebrity. He's in all the movies, like the action dude on a motorbike. Christian Bale's husband.
Christian Bale.
Bell.
Christian
chick.
Bale.
Chick. Girl.
Yeah. Is that the one that loves sloth?
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool.
She's like on Ellen and shit.
Yeah, I think I know.
Her husband.
Yeah. It's a blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one.
He's got a podcast and he just has celebrities on. And then they do the podcast it's not unfiltered. But
does he have his studio it's like above
attic.
LA?
No, it's in an attic, bro.
Don't worry.
It's in his house. But he says he always critiques himself at the end with Monica Padman, I think. That's his... Yeah, anyway. And he always says, sorry, guys. I always it's a habit of mine I need to get out of. But I always butt in on people's conversations. But, dude, you're running a fucking podcast. You take the fucking wheel. At the end of the day, if you're not going to take the wheel, you could definitely learn from it and try get better at it. You can't be harsh on yourself if you're talking over someone because that's literally what a podcast is, talking.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too. Podcasting is, in a way, it's not like conversation. It's because of the mics. It's very much like a you talk, I talk kind of thing. So,
I guess listeners want to hear that. You talk, I talk. If you don't let them get their whole opinion out, then I get that. But
have you ever listened to a podcast where it's a bunch of people are talking, or have you ever listened to a podcast? Obviously, no. You fucking idiot.
Oh, I knew what you were going to say. I knew what you were going to say. A lot of people talking.
Yeah. So
and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? Somebody finish, get to the point.
Yeah. I listened to the Sober October one on Joe Rogan, which had Bert Kreischer,
The best
and
dude. He was so
Tommy
funny
Buns.
live. Sorry, interrupt again.
But like it's there's points where they're all talking at once, and I literally got to a point where I can't listen to this. Holy shit! Like I can't.
Like you're all awesome dudes, but fucking let someone finish it. Like,
yeah. But it's that, and that's what I'm kind of like. I really like when I get I'll buy another mic like that, and then I've obviously got this one, so I can do 3 people. But balancing, it's easy to be on like a teeter board like that, but to be on a teeter triangle trying to balance everyone's voice, like that's so hard. So having to be able to mitigate, like, okay, you talk, then he talks, then I talk, but then also there's going to be time, like it's really hard to read. Like I literally have to read, like when you're about to talk, I have to read and kind of simmer down my voice.
Yeah.
And I'm already fucking loud as shit, so it's hard for me to do that, eh?
We're learning.
All right, let's do a recap, my dude, because we're about...
you know what? Before we recap, let me just finish on this. If you fucking really hate Christmas, also, by the way, holiday season, fuck you. Honestly, fuck no. Let me just get this out. If you're the person, fuck you as well. Like, doesn't matter. I got friends that have different religions. They're not into Christmas, don't celebrate it, but they don't fucking tell you that they hate Christmas. If you're the person that complains about Christmas, that Christmas carols are too on early, you probably all heard this. Fuck you, man.
Look,
no. Fuck you.
I complained about it because I was...
sure.
I complained the opposite. I was like, if you're doing Christmas carols mid-November, then I got questions about you.
Maybe you're questionable. I agree.
I'm waking up
to an extent. But
what date is it today? It's the 30th of November. So that means tomorrow is the 1st of December.
It's less than a month out, and if you're complaining now, fuck you. That's all I have to say. Because it's a jolly time. You don't have to be into Christmas, but you can be around the holiday season. You could definitely be around people being happy. And if you're not around it, fuck you. Like, seriously.
Well, you've hit all my fuck count. So thanks, dude. I can't say any more swear words.
Hopefully children don't listen to your podcast.
Oh, hopefully.
But
sorry about the Mexican boy.
I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like,
I think you've had too many bloody beers.
Yeah, I have. For sure.
Too many Misty
2.3. You got me on 2.3s? Fuck you. Christmas is dope.
Let's do a recap, my boy. Alrighty. Recap number 1. We have... I think the Parrot Dog was probably my favorite today. Parrot Dog sat at about a 7.5. It's an XPA, 4.5% alcohol. Unbelievable.
I don't want to say that was my favorite as well.
Okay, well, what you picked your favorite now? Oh, it was your favorite? Okay, number 2.
I'm not copying you. It's because it is my favorite.
We had the Stockade Brew Co. XPA Splicer. I gave that one about a 6. I gave that one a 6. That was a good one. That was very fruity.
Don't question me on reviews that we've already...
I'll just do my reviews
because I forget.
We had a Nomad Jetlag Brewing Co. Finger Lime. I gave that one, I think, about a 5. It's...
Yeah. I put the Cricketers before that.
Cricketers before that? All right. So
even though it's on standard...
I think, see, I gave this one... I feel like I gave this one a harsh
You're
review,
real harsh on that one.
But I reviewed it as in comparison to a 4X Gold, which, is the king of all one standard drinks. So I still remain... Look, I might buff it up to a 5, but, it is what it is. When you're competing with the best, you got to bring the fucking shit to the table, man. Otherwise, you're going to get
fuck with the bulls, you get the horns.
Yeah, if you come at the king, you best not miss. Vale, I'm going to put that down as probably the least favorite of today.
Yeah, I mean, we complain about the 2.3.
The Misty Miyagi, I don't mind. So the Vale, probably I think I went at like a 4.5 for that one.
I agree.
Yeah, 4.5. I'm going to actually up this one. So the Misty Miyagi, the hazy IPA, I've been just sipping on that one just while we're having a chat, and it's grown on me. I rate it. Would I drink it all the time? No. Would I drink it 1 pint of it if it was at a brewery? Yes.
Yeah. I reckon for 2.3, you can sip on it, and you could get just as tipsy off it.
Yeah.
And drinking 2 or 3 and putting in the work, you could just have one of them.
Excellent.
And still relax.
I rate that. All right, bottoms up, brother. Let's finish up. Excellent. Don't burp. Oh, you're doing one of those ones. Alrighty. I think we might simmer down there. I think, what have we done? I think this might be the 113. Jesus Christ, Nicholas. We've got... No, I don't really care.
Yeah. So I wasn't looking.
Yeah, well, that was a good one. So, ladies and gentlemen, that'll bring us to the end of this episode of the Inner City Hermit podcast, one of our beer review ones. I'd like to re-mention the sponsor for this episode. This episode is brought to you by Brilliant Beer Reviews. If you want to be in Brilliant Beer Reviews, all you have to do is search Brilliant Beer Reviews on Facebook. It is a private group, but if you send an invite or if you join the page, excuse me, I burped again.
Just burp, disrespectful.
Sorry, bro. If you want to be in the group, send the page a like. It is fantastic. Like I said before, oh, God, man.
Excuse me, what?
So much gas. Oh, I feel good now. Okay. If you want to be in the group, send the group a like. It now currently has 1,500 members. That is 1,500 people giving reviews on different beers. So like I said, no one ever wants to be stuck in a bottle-o and not know what to drink. Nick, have you ever been in that situation?
Every time.
Thank you, mate. So if you want to know about different beers, maybe you're in the bottle-o right now listening to this in your AirPods or whatever, you don't know what to look at, head over to Brilliant Beer Reviews. You know they'll get you covered. And
the boys will sort you out,
I think
and girls.
Personally, it's a supportive group too.
That was my number one thing about this group. Everyone is very supportive.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely important nowadays because everything kind of sucks nowadays. And, if you get into a good group and no hate and all that sort of jazz. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening, guys. You know the drill. It'll be up on the Inner City Hermit podcast or bloody... I don't know how to sign off. Have you listened to my podcast?
I have, but also, if you don't enjoy Christmas, fuck you. So, let's end on that.
So, have a happy holiday season. Apologies for my Mexican friend, but he's got some filthy language. I'm about to go wash his mouth out with soap. And, catch you later, guys. Have a fantastic week, day, drive home from work, whatever. You just be positive and...
be safe.
That's it, dude. Thanks, brother. Catch you guys.